everybody, my name is Starrapter. I'm super excited to talk about this really cool Star Wars book today. This is Star Wars Myths and Fables. This is written by George Mann with artwork by Grant Griffin. This is being published by Disney Lucasfilm Press, and it will be out on August 6th, so you can pre-order this wherever books are sold. So this book was announced back when they announced the whole Galaxy's Edge tie-in initiative. So this does have some chapters designated to Batuu in Galaxy's Edge. So with that being said, what is this book about? This is a collection of short stories that might not be true, might not be completely canon, but it is set in the canon of Star Wars because they are a bunch of tales and myths about certain things that have happened in specifically the wild space region of space, the Outer Rim, far from the centralized government. So we have a lot of these little tales being told, something that you would kind of feel like they could be grim fairy tales, something that you would tell your kids at night to kind of keep them out of trouble. So yeah, just a lot of really cool stories that kind of build up the lore of Star Wars in general, looking at it from like an in-universe perspective. So things I enjoyed about this book: first off, it has a great introduction, just talking about myths and fables in general by the author George Mann. We get this awesome outside perspective on characters that aren't named, that we know who they are. So there might be a little bit about General Grievous, there might be a little bit about Darth Vader, there might be a little bit about Obi-Wan Kenobi. They aren't named outright, but the descriptions provide enough clues and hints that we can kind of put two and two together and make connections that it's them. Also, we get to see like lots of cool things that relate to our real world of grim fairy tales. For instance, there's like a story that's basically the Atlantis of Star Wars, how the city ends up underwater. We have another story that kind of reminds me of Arya Stark from Game of Thrones. There's this little assassin girl running around on Batuu. There's another story about dragons and about a Jedi going against a dragon on Tatooine. We have another story about this witch. Another story, my favorite story by far, is about Sith on Moorban. So that to me is worth the price of admission for this entire book. If you're getting this just for one story, this Sith story is awesome, really cool stuff. So I do like how they also not only talk about these specific characters and events, but they actually flesh out the planets in Star Wars a little bit better. So we have Gli Sem, we have Tatooine, we have Batuu. It fleshes out these planets to almost seem like characters in a way. I like the whole premise of how this story flows. It's not really a single story, but there's a collection of short stories. This is a very easy read. It's very quick to get through. You can get through each one of these chapters in like 10 minutes that specific to a certain short story. I think it teaches great valuable lessons. People with being power hungry, even droids have hearts, like stuff like that is very valuable to take away. And of course the artwork is fantastic by Grant Griffin. The cover, as you've seen, is phenomenal. The way the design of the book is, the binding, as well as the overall artwork inside the interior of this book. It's got this kind of like hand-painted feel. So with that being said, I definitely have to recommend Star Wars Myths and Fables. This is a great book that is going to add another layer to Star Wars, add something that we didn't know before, and make this feel like even more of a lived-in world. So what do you guys have to say? Do you think you'll pick this one up? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you are new to the channel, welcome. I talk about Star Wars a heck of a lot. I also have my review of another Galaxy tie-in book called Crash of Fate, so check that out right now. That is gonna do it for me, Starrapter. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Starrapter.